Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Vinny. We're back again for episode number 2 of First Rounds on Me. Except this time, our guest does not drink, so we'll cheers it off to some water here, man.
Cheers it out, man.
We're sitting here with Daniel Valdez, aka DJ SKooTr, and
SKooTr Valdez.
man, you know, I'm excited to do this second video because our first one was with Mark Morales from Sons of Texas, and the three of us were in a band. That's kind of why, you know, I decided to go with these guys, and they're pretty much they're at the top of what they do, what they've done, and we come from each other. Then we never forget where we come from, and man, it's going to be awesome because I'm more than positive everybody's going to love watching what we got here in store for everybody. But how you doing, man?
Doing good, man.
Staying busy, right?
Staying busy.
So, just before we even get going, the DJ, you're the DJ, man. You're DJ SKooTr. You do all these huge events. Tell us what you do. Tell everybody what you do as your full-time job.
I'm a special ed teacher at Robert Vela High School.
He holds it down as the cool guy, the cool teacher over at Robert Vela High School.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Sabercats. Are they Sabercats, right?
Sabercats.
Yeah, man.
That's what I do during the day. At night, I'm a full-time parent. Well, day and night, full-time parent. When I have spare time, musician slash DJ slash
Quite the setup,
mentor.
Slash all-around badass.
I try, man.
You know, obviously we're going to ask you some questions here just to kind of pry a little bit, and if you want to show us anything, man, you want to show anybody anything, pictures, video, some of your stuff, originals, or like we were talking a little bit before we got set up about his mashups and stuff like that, some of his really cool events that he's done and stuff like that. But yeah, man, I got a couple questions, and then I took a couple off of social media. So what do you say we get this bad boy rolling, man?
Let's do this, bro.
Let's get to Brian a little bit. I like this one, actually. This is one that I would like to I want you to tell everybody how interesting this one was for you, from where you started. Where did all this start from? The time, like music, where you started, what you started with, and when it all changed and how. And if you forget some of those, but it's all one big question.
It's all vivid in my mind, bro.
Yeah.
It started when we were 16. I mean, I was always a metalhead. Started playing guitar when I was 10. It's pretty much self-taught. We got into high school. Hung out with JR. Known JR, the drummer. Known him practically my whole life. Known you for the last 22 years.
Yeah, we played Little League together.
We played Little League baseball together, yeah. And so in high school, we finally just had the time to really, you know, sit down and, you know what, let's start a band. I remember the first time we jammed out next door at your neighbor's house.
Yeah, we jammed.
We actually wrote a song the first day, like the first jam session. And then after that, we just hit the ground running. We found a singer, Mark, kind of weird to begin with, you know. He was a weird cat.
Yeah, well, everybody saw it in episode 1.
Yeah, he was a weird guy, you know. He was from McAllen, so I mean, he was an outsider compared to all of us from Edinburgh. But, you know, he fit in, and after that, it was just, I mean, constant gigging, constant practice. We would play anywhere. One of our first gigs was at a project celebration, like at 6 in the morning for like the seniors.
Yeah, I remember that.
And we played, and we must have played like 5 covers and 1 original or something. And then after that, it was just, you know, let's make a demo. Boom, made the demo. As soon as the demo came out, hey, let's call the hitman. What the hell? Might as well try. Hitman, we got a demo out. You think we can give it to you? If you can be here in 15 minutes, you got it.
No, that day I remember.
So we literally took off from your house, which is like in North Edinburgh, and made it all the way to the Q Studios in like 10 minutes. Gave him the demo, driving home on the way back, and we hear our song. And it was when they were doing the chop it or whatever.
Yeah.
And people were calling in, keep that one.
You know, well, even with that being said, you know, we were rockers, man. That's why I got into this question. We were rockers, and we gigged and did all that kind of stuff. Now you're sitting here, you're the DJ, like I said, and when did it, you know what though? And this has been a question that even like your closer friends, I know for a fact, have always asked. When did that happen? Well, like, because you literally don't even play guitar anymore.
I mean, I play guitar. I teach guitar to a buddy.
Well, I mean, like, you know, you don't write anymore, stuff like that. So when did the transition happen? And that's what I mean. Like,
it happened after we broke up. Pretty much after Solarium broke up, I went through a little musical depression. I guess as any musician goes through, and there was other bands that I played with that just didn't work out, and I went to a concert, and it was a Tiesto show at Cowboys in San Antonio, first rave I ever went to, and after I left there, and I was like, you know what, that's what I want to do. I don't have to deal with 4 other guys' schedules. I can literally wake up and practice, or if I don't want to, I don't want to.
Fuck it.
Yeah. And so from there, it was just a year of just sucking and trying to figure out how to DJ, playing everywhere, playing I would literally set up on people's stoves. And
no shit,
and
really?
Just play house parties. I would play apartment parties all night long.
Nice.
And little by little, I started getting, better, and I started networking.
This is our co-host Dash right here. Come on up here.
Say hi, Dash. Hop on up.
This is our girl. Just don't get in my shot, because I'm the host here. Okay. This is her room, but she's alright. She's cool.
Yeah, she'll lay down. She's good. And luckily, I was fortunate enough to meet some really some DJs that were in the scene, that were big in the scene, and they actually not took me under their wing, but they gave me a chance. Unknown guy.
Come on, now you want to make out?
Unknown guy.
Sit down. After this video shoot.
Sit down. Unknown guy, and they would give me tips. Hey, this is how you do this is how you do that. They would let me open up for them, play 30-minute slots before they went on at the clubs, and it just kept on going. And
so now you're here, right?
Yeah, and I mean, now I'm here 9 years later.
So as a guitar player, this is something that I took off of social media here. You know what? I got to start writing down where I get the questions from, because I think that would probably be a lot better than just saying I got them off social media. Let's see here. The difference between writing process on a guitar versus DJing. That's a pretty good question, because you know what? I wouldn't even. Don't even know how to compare.
DJing and writing process are 2 totally different things. DJing, I'm mixing songs that blend together and that are basically in the same key, that have similar percussive sounds. Basically, what I'm doing is I start point A, and it's a puzzle. I start at hour 1, and by hour 5, I've managed to piece together a puzzle that's coherent. That's not just I'm just putting songs together, especially when I do my techno and my house sets, I want it to go, I want to take people on a journey. I start off, dark, minimal, and just pick up the pace. Writing process with the guitar and with a band, I mean, you sit down, and you just start jamming.
4 or 5 other dudes,
You start jamming until something starts to sound good an hour later, and eventually you come up with a song. The process with making electronic music, it's the same thing as with a band, except I'm those 5 people.
Now, when I came in earlier, you were messing around with some different noises and stuff.
Yeah.
If you're stuck at certain minute of the song, something, this is actually I'm just thinking right now, because I know music, right? Of course, every musician can hear when they're listening to a song, the track by track by track.
Yeah.
Versus somebody who just likes a song, which there's no offense and nothing against those people. But we can hear track by track. What I can't hear and what I can't put into, how in the hell is that made? Every little sound, because you get a and then you get a and the noise, and then you get another noise, and then you get another, and then you get this weird synth, and then you get this, and then you get that. If you're stuck somewhere on one of those tracks that you can't find a sound, dude, how long does it take to go through like the presets and stuff?
The process, I mean, sometimes some songs come within a day. Sometimes it takes me a month. Sometimes I start a project, and if I just can't get it, I'll just put it on the side burner for another time when I do have inspiration.
That would just absolutely irritate the ever-living shit out of me.
Trust me, and it irritates the shit out of my wife when she hears the same loop over and over.
Yeah, that's why you can never really invite anybody that's not part of it.
Luckily, I have headphones where only I can hear that loop over and over again. And I mean, it's basically the same thing. I mean, the way my process, I start with percussion, and then I start with kick drums, which is basically I start with drums, and then I just start piecing things together. I find a bass line, or I'll actually make a bass line that complements the percussion and the drums. And then after that, it's a puzzle. Just like DJing, it's all a puzzle to me, man.
Man, more power to you, dude, because this is there's a huge fan base for this kind of music, and it takes a lot more than, because, a lot of times I couldn't tell you if a guy's standing back there just doing this behind a pre-recorded track. Does that even happen?
There's a lot, it happens a lot more.
Sorry, let me turn my phone down. That was really obnoxious of me.
It happens a lot more than you think.
That's unreal,
And the sad part is the people that are doing that are getting paid so much money. Much money. Like, I don't even want to disclose how much money those guys, the big wigs that are doing it, putting their hands in the air and whatever.
Have you played with anybody like that before?
I've played with plenty of those guys.
Why don't you name drop a couple?
Well, guys that I know actually DJ when they're up there. I mean, when I started out, my idol was Tiesto, so I started out with trance, because that was trance and psytrance were like the closest things to rock and metal, just because of like the tempo and the especially psytrance. They use a lot of like rock guitar and live drums, so that's what attracted me. And
why don't you pull up something, man? So you have some like original or something that you want to show off to everybody?
An original that I have? Well, I mean,
whatever you want to show off. Something DJs.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. For love. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
How are you releasing these? Do you have a SoundCloud or something? See, now
we're releasing them through his label, Handsome Records and Nature Records.
Where's this out of?
And that's purely digital. Okay. iTunes, Beatport, Amazon, Traxsource.
So if you ever see SKooTr, he's out. He's got these index cards here with the business cards, really, because he's a businessman. Look at that. And he's got all this information. Hey, this is not your interview.
That's not your interview. Go over there.
He's got all this information on it, and we'll probably have something up on the screen here for you. Yeah, man, if you could show us something, like the amount of people that you play to, because you could play for years in a band, and the most you'll get at a bar is maybe 100, 150 people.
Yeah.
And this stuff, and just the crowds are ridiculous. Even at big bands, like we're gonna have Killswitch come down soon. Those are big bands, like
they're huge.
Anthrax.
Bands.
They're one of the big four.
They're international.
You still will not get that amount of people at a big show like that. You have to have multiple bands. I'm talking like River City Rockfest, stuff like that. Like you have to have a whole shit ton of bands to get that many people out there.
That's true.
But one guy can draw that many people. It's unreal.
Yeah, and then, I mean, it's very humbling. Very. I mean, nowhere else would I be able to play.
That's an awesome crowd right there.
That was
super cool.
That was at Schlitterbahn, and it was about 8 o'clock. I mean, 20.
So yeah,
and
so
that was already all the way to the back.
That's unreal.
That must have been about 10,000 people.
That'll be the crowd. About half. Well, not about half. The visible people in that picture. That'll be the crowd at the rock show that we're gonna have.
Yeah, you'll get about 5,000.
And that's like again, those are big bands.
Yeah.
So being that guy, when you do all this stuff, man, you're sitting here, you're trying to write songs for months at a time. How do you balance out your family life, your work at the high school, all that stuff, man? You got 2 kids. They're at an age where, man, how do you find time for this? How do you balance it out?
Man, I mean, time management. A lot of time management.
A lot better than me, I'll tell you what.
A lot of time management. For when I had my first kid, Lily, my daughter, I still had a whole lot of time to work on music because it was just her, you know. I would stay up the night shift. Luckily, she was born in December, so we had Christmas break off. So I'd stay up all night just working on music. I'd have her right there. I'd have one headphone on. I'd be looking at her, working on music. It was time for her to take for her bottle. All right, save, give her her bottle, put her back. All right, 3 o'clock, give her her bottle.
That's definitely time management.
And then it was like that up until, I mean, I guess before we found out Andres was born, before he was born, the month before that, which was like May, I just went like on a music binge, dude. I just made track after track after track after track.
I keep spitting all the beer that's hanging on my mustache right out at you.
Track after track, because I knew it wasn't gonna be the same way as it was with Livy, because and I did the same thing. I did the night shift. I'd be up all night and I was working on music. I'd have him here. For some reason, the low frequencies would put him to sleep super quick.
Oh, nice.
And I never had it blasting, you know. It was just enough for me to hear. But it's a whole different ballgame when you have 2 kids. I mean, I wouldn't have it any other way. It's just, I mean, I had to rearrange my time management.
Yeah, definitely.
And there was a good 9 months where I didn't work on music because I was just so busy with work and then doing all these extra things to make money, DJing, working extra things at school, coming home, taking care of the kids. I mean, I didn't put music on the back burner, I'd like to say, but my priorities were focused.
Switched around, so you got to it when you could then.
Yeah, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
And that's like you said, it's the joy of doing what you're doing by yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll ask you, man, we won't take up too much more of your time.
Take up all the time you want, man. I'm cool.
What sets apart a good DJ from a bad one?
A good DJ from a bad DJ? A bad DJ will play music that he wants to play, that he could care less what the crowd wants to hear. I guess you could say a good DJ is a very unselfish DJ, a very educated DJ, has a very well-bonded knowledge in music, not just electronic music, but in music in general.
a dream bill now that you're a DJ? What would it, if you could, any style of music, a dream bill with DJ SKooTr as the headliner?
A dream bill. I mean, well, my idols now, music-wise, are, I mean, Luciano, Yours Born, Eric Prydz. Those are all like the people that I go to when I want to see like, or when I want to learn new techniques that they're doing DJ-wise.
Derive a lot of your
production-wise. Yeah.
Okay.
But I still listen to a lot of rock. I mean, my main influence for rock is Animals as Leaders.
So what was the last thing you jammed? Was it electronic or was it rock?
The last thing I jammed was Can't Stop the Feeling from Justin Timberlake.
Nice.
Or Justin Bieber, because that's
Justin Bieber, dude.
Because that's what we listen to when we take my daughter to daycare.
I was gonna tell you this right now. The other day we're going through the college, and my daughter right now is on the kick with Justin Bieber's. I wanted to let me love you. So we're jamming, right? I'm jamming, and you know, I'm not gonna say everybody recognizes who I am, but we're driving to the college. There's a lot better chance somebody that age group is gonna know who I am because of the social media age group and stuff. Well, I'm jamming with my daughter, and she's singing, she's getting down, like, you know, like nobody's watching.
Yeah.
And this group of dudes, clearly metalheads. I'm driving through and I go, don't you give up, nah, 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 da 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 da, let me love you. That's the only time I jam those songs, but you gotta get into them because they're your kids' songs.
Yeah,
you know?
of course. I have no problem jamming that music with them.
That was a good little.
There's no shame.
Now I tell you what, I thought about it. I was like, you know what, dude, you're gonna miss those days when you know?
Of course. Yeah. When they're in their own world and we're old and we're like, why are you listening to that garbage?
But what's that like, old ancient crap?
But it's like, man, we used to listen to some pretty weird music back then too. So
go ahead and give yourself a plug, man, before we wrap up.
SKooTr Valdez. You can catch me on Facebook. Actually, my Facebook is Facebook.com/DJ SKooTr, SoundCloud.com/DJ-SKooTr. You can catch my stuff on. Actually, you can catch my stuff on Beatport, which is an electronic music site.
Is everybody on Beatport? Or is this just like just electronic music?
Electronic music. I mean, they've managed to expand their horizons music-wise, but you can get my stuff on here.
At Facebook, SoundCloud, Beatport,
even iTunes. I mean,
so you're definitely out there. You're out there, and he takes all the comments, death threats, questions, all that kind of stuff directed to his social media.
The thing that I make music because it's an outlet to like get my frustrations and depression, everything. I make music, and another thing is so that way my kids can actually have something they can look out to. Like this track that I made, released.
Libby.
I named it Libby. I mean, that's my daughter, Olivia. I wanted to make one so that way.
And now they have this too to watch.
Now, I mean,
you told me even the dogs have songs.
Yeah, even Dash has a song. Like the next one that's going to be released is named Andres.
Nice.
So I mean that was always my goal, to have something that'll last. I mean, as long as the internet lasts.
Yeah.
And that way they can look
forever,
back,
basically.
Yeah. That way they can look back and be like, oh wow, Dad actually made a song for me, and it came out on it's on the internet. Like that was always my ultimate goal. So I think I'm getting to where I want to be.
Well, I think you're doing a good job, man, and I'm glad you agreed to do our little show here.
Oh yeah, man, it was an honor.
Yeah, again, you're part of the 8-episode launch that we're gonna do. These are the first few episodes, so hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And man, I just want to say I hope you guys enjoyed it. Pretty much, that was it. Real quick,
Appreciate it,
Pop Tarts or toaster strudel?
Honestly, granola bars.
Oh man!
But if it came down to it, I mean Pop-Tarts, bro.
Yeah, Pop-Tarts all the way, man.
I'm not much of a breakfast person.
I'm coming for you, Kellogg's.
Special K, red berries, hands down the best. But if it came down to it, Pop-Tarts.
DJ SKooTr, everybody, and we'll see you on the flip side.
Peace.